In this video, we're going to be sharing things you need to do when you first land in the UK. And also, I'm going to be sharing with you guys tips that will save you some money. And I'm going to be telling you some things you didn't know that you had access to free. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is the first time you're coming across my video, my name is Angel and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In this channel, what we do is basically lifestyle and how I survive in the UK. If you're still watching at this point, it means you're interested in this video, so keep watching, relax, don't forget to like and share this video to people who would need it. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is tax, and the reason why this is coming up first is because I've had a lot of people ask me, I'm being taxed this amount, is too much, is this much, is that one? And that was because at first I was telling them I wasn't being taxed, and they were confused why they were being taxed. So I'm going to explain this in the most simplest way I can possibly do. So, as a resident in the UK, you have £12,570 personal allowance. It means that your first £12,570 that you will earn in the UK is tax free. You're not going to be taxed. Although NI has a different amount, which I'm going to try and put it here because right now I can't remember the exact amount. If you're taxed, you have to call the tax council or try and call them, tell them that you have not been given your personal allowance and get that rectified. So I plan on doing a full video, a whole, I don't know what to call it, but it's a lot. It's going to be a long video on tax and NI, which is the national insurance. And if this is something that you want to know, please leave a comment below so I can try and get it out fast enough. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm going to drop my email down there so you can send me an email or on my Instagram DM, and I'm going to reply you as fast as I can. So now the next thing I'm going to be talking about is food. Very, very important. Everybody needs food to survive, and one thing going on right now is that the prices of food stuff, grocery has gone up, and this is due to inflation. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys, or more like I'm going to be showing you guys how to save the small coins, pound there and there, so that you can still be able to save more money like after buying food stuff. Because right now the food stuff that I would have bought for my family that would probably have cost me £200 now will probably be costing me £250. But I have a way of still having to maintain within that range of what I have budgeted originally for food stuff for the month. To buy groceries, I would say get your groceries from Aldi, Asda and Lidl. In most areas in the UK, there is always either an Asda, a Lidl or a Aldi. So just check out, you would find it. I use 3 of them. I'm not specifically to one person, and this is because as an Igbo girl that I am, I would always realize that some particular grocery are cheaper in one store over the other. My point is, relatively, they sell cheaper compared to other stores. So I'm going to give you a real life example. I'm going to use rice as an example. Most rice are packed in 1 kg. And the prices are usually £1.20, £1.50, £1.90, depending. But you can also get rice for the same 1 kg from, I'm going to give example, Asda for 65p, 70p. The same amount you used to buy one, you use it to buy 2 kg of rice. And this is because it is a product made by the store. So they don't just sell only their products. Most times their products are the ones that are hiding, to be honest. You have to look out for it very well. I'll try as much as possible to take you guys on my next grocery shopping so that I can show you how it looks like where they usually will put it. But I've noticed that they kind of hide it. I don't know. It took me a while to realize that their essentials, they usually will call it essentials. Their essentials are usually not out in your face. They're usually like more like calm, how will I put it, more like hidden a little bit. The rice produced by Asda, for example, is way more cheaper. Every product made by them, and they do basically all the products. I mean, rice, pasta, tea, every single thing, and the price is usually ridiculously low compared to the regular stuff you would have bought on a normal day. And another thing again to save money back is getting their reward card. I've noticed that every store has a reward card, and they won't just put it in your face. Sometimes it's not spoken as much as, so you would not even realize that there's something called a reward card. But the reward card basically is the more you buy, the more you get little coins back. And trust me, this can be able to get you something later on, just saving you a little bit of coin. And this is for grocery. This is where I said I would advise you to go get groceries. And then for livestock like meat, chicken, vegetable, I would advise you to go to a wholesale market. I have a video on one wholesale market, which is the one I usually go to. And when I go there, I probably go there like once in 3 to 4 months, because this food stuff lasts me for like the longest of time. So this is why I say, compared to what I would have bought and finish it in a month, I would use that same money and buy something that is going to last me for like 3 to 4 months. So I'm going to link the video somewhere here. It's going to show you the wholesale market if you are in Manchester. It's called the Smithfield Market. I think this is everywhere, in every city in the UK. They're usually just called wholesale markets or the local stores. So next up is transportation. And something I've come to realize in the UK, and this also have to do with groceries, the more you buy, the cheaper it costs. So recently I bought a sunscreen. I bought the one that was 150 ml. But I saw the one that was 75 ml. The 75 ml was £8.99 and the 150 ml was £9.99. £1 different. Like, can you imagine? And that's 2 times the size of the product. So I've come to realize that the bigger you buy, you're saving more money, and I mean more than half of the price. Now for transportation, this is something I did not know when I first got here. This is going to be applying to Greater Manchester because that's where I stay. You will have to find out what works for your own county. I'm going to start with buses. A bus trip will cost you £2 to any destination, like one ride kind of. But if you're going to be going to different places and you're going to be using more than 2 buses, I would advise you that you either go for a all-day ticket or all bus tickets. The all-day ticket is for just one particular company of bus. There are different company buses in the UK and also in Greater Manchester and where I stay in Manchester. So if you're going to be using one company all through that day, it's £4. But sometimes you have to realize that some company buses don't go to some specific areas, which is why it's safer to buy all bus, which is usually £5. It's usually £1 difference, which will save you more compared to having to travel £2 on each bus, and you probably at the end of the day have to use 4 buses. That's £8. Another thing you can do is buy a weekly pass. Let's say you're going to be traveling very often, maybe you're doing house hunting and all that. You can either do a weekly pass or a monthly pass, which will save you way more. For an adult and you're not a student, you will pay £80. If you're a student, you're going to be paying £58 for a month. And how this month is calculated is 28 days. That's how to save money. And this is something that I did not realize, neither did anyone tell me when I first got here. I was first paying my £2. And if you calculate in 28 days, you have to spend £2. Even if it's just 2 rides, trust me, you're saving so much money when you're buying like a month ticket and you have to travel very often than normal. So the next transportation we're going to move into is the train transportation. I did not understand why there was not so much information when I first got to the UK, but I'm going to let you guys in all this information to help you plan your transportation when you get to the UK and help you save coin, which is the reason for this video. So for train transportation, you can get a rail card on your rail app. I'm going to try as much as possible to put all of the link, the app, I'm going to name them while I'm editing the video. I'm going to put the pictures, but I'm going to link everything below. So any question you have, check the description. The answer is there. So for rail, which is train, you can buy a rail card which gives you 30% off on any journey you're about to go on. You buy it yearly, it costs £30 for a year. You have to renew it every year, but if you are above 30, you cannot buy this card. Sorry, you will pay your full money. I don't know why. Moving on. And also in UK we have tram. The same thing goes, but I don't think there is no tram card. I think that's one of the most expensive transportation to be honest. So anyway, I don't think there's any tram card. I've not heard of any, but depending on where you're going to, from zone 1 to zone 4, there's a way they categorize it. You pay as high as £7.10. That's for Greater Manchester, and that's how that's one I know. I've not used tram anywhere else, but it's called tram in Greater Manchester. Now we're going to move to student discounts. UK favors students a lot, and if your course is 1 year, use your discount well. And they have different apps that you get discounts. All the vendors you can think of, but not always all, but I'm saying that at least 50% of the vendors you would usually use this app have them. And because you are a student, you have to register with your student email for you to be able to have all these discounts. If you don't have a student email, don't worry, don't try it. You will not get any. My point is, on this app you can see Boho, you can see Pizza, like all the most of the vendors, sorry, not all, depending on the app. You know, different app have different vendor. Because you're a student, you can get as high up to 50% off, even on designer shoes. And one of the app is studentBeans. The other one I know is unidays, and these are just the two that I know, I have an idea of. And you can just, once you register with your student email on that app, whatever you want to shop for. I'm going to give an example. If you want to shop on Shein, you click on Shein and it's going to take you to the app, allowing you to have discount by the time you are paying. The next thing is clothing, and we all know that when it's cold, and sometimes we just need extra clothing. When it's hot, you need to change clothing. So this is my advice when you're buying clothing. First of all, wait till where they are doing discounts. Calm down. There's a lot of money to pay, so calm down. Wait. Most of this app will do discounts. They always do discounts on their apps. Another thing is buy on the opposite season. So now that it's summer, or we're going towards summer, this is the best time to buy winter wears, because when winter comes, it's going to be very expensive, and because they know that it's very essential and you would need it, you have no other choice than to buy it. But at this time, the price has dropped like ridiculously. I remember my winter jacket cost about £35, and this was like one of the cheapest one. Right now I'm seeing them for like 20, 18, 19, and I'm very surprised. Like, so my point is, buy at the opposite season, because that's the time they just want to get it off. They just want to sell it off. If you buy at opposite season, you will get it at an affordable and discounted price. That's all I have for clothing. And always remember, wait till they are doing discount. Trust me, there's always one discount. Summer's discount, spring discount, there is Easter discount, Valentine's discount. There is always a discount. So just wait till when they are doing discounts. And also, if you're a student, take your Bean app. This is one good reason of having students around you. My husband is a student, so I always use his I don't think I've ever bought anything that there is no discount. So my point is, use your student apps, get discount, 50%, 40%. It's always beautiful. Moving on, this is one thing people always forget to, more like they don't take it important, they don't take it seriously. You need to register with a GP the moment you get to the UK, because if you fall sick, this is not where you're coming from, but that you just enter any hospital, they will not start doing registration for you. No, you need to register with a GP, and trust me, emergency is slow. Do whatever you want to do with that information. My point is, you need to register with a GP when you have a symptom. Try and do a full blood test. You know, just try and do a regular checkup every 6 months, every 3 to 6 months. You know you're fine. You're in a new place. You really need to know how you are doing and how you are adjusting. And again, as a woman, go for your smear test. Try and check your body. It's free. You paid it while you were trying to move into the country, so you don't have to pay an extra money. Your GP is free. Anytime, any day, call them, they fix a date for you, and you just go see your doctor. You have a conversation. They will always advise you to have a cervical screening. Try as much as possible to take care of your body. So the next one I'm going to be talking about is opening a bank account. This is important if you're going to be living in the UK for a long time. The moment you get to the UK, the easiest bank you can open is the digital banks, which are the likes of Revolut, Mozus. I'm going to put the link down. But the moment you get a place to stay, a permanent place to stay, you need to open a physical bank, because this is where you're going to be having your credit score and all that. Because the digital bank, most complaints don't, you know, how I put it, they don't agree with the credit scoring. So most times they prefer the physical bank, which are the likes of Lloyd and the rest. So yes, you need to have a physical bank account. The last and not the least that I have is connect. Try and connect with people, connect with the locals, you know, because it's from them you will get all these tips, easy life, you know, how to survive easily in the UK. You need to connect. Stop keeping to yourself. Stop trying to isolate yourself. Try as much as possible to mix up, have conversation, connect with your circles and your community and your neighbors. You would get a lot of information from them. Trust me, a lot of information. All right, this comes to the end of my video. If this video was helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.